Good afternoon, good morning, or good evening, wherever you're joining us today for our question and answer session here at TBS Education in Barcelona. This concludes really the final question and answer session we have before students arrive. That doesn't mean we cannot answer any questions you have. We still have our email addresses or telephone numbers where you can contact us, but this is the final presentation we have before you actually commence your studies here at TBS. So you should be able to see my screen right now that I'm sharing with you, um, the Q&A online pre-arrival session. I've already introduced myself a few times, but if you've the first one you're joining, I'm Ryan Dono. I work in the International Students office in Barcelona, and I work as the International Students Coordinator. My role at the school is a number of areas, working on the student experience, international procedures, which I'm really focusing on today. And during the year, you'll get to know me about the different student life projects I do as well. I'm also joined by Deanna. She just read into you on the chat. And she's going to formally introduce her a bit later because she has a section she'll be talking about the more academic operations of the school. And I'll be talking, as I mentioned before, about immigration. Some of the things I've already mentioned before, but we have some more information about the procedures when you arrive to Barcelona and you have to do. So we'll be happy to inform you about that and answer any questions. Then we have a bit about integration here in the first days or the first month here in Barcelona. And as I said, Deanna will be talking more about the academic aspects and your classes when you arrive. So we're using Zoom. If you have any questions, I hope you're confident, but here you can write in the chat, as Deanna said. You can also raise your hand if you have any questions to ask us as well throughout. So the idea is that we answer any questions you have and you understand everything. So don't be afraid if you have a question, please let us know. So I'll commence. In terms of immigration, lots of this I've mentioned before, but just to clarify, if you're a non-EU citizen, we send you information about how to apply for a visa with our immigration pre-arrival guide and accommodation as well. And using this guide, you can see the different requisites that are required for come to Spain for your visa, the documents you need, and the procedure to contact a Spanish consulate in your country of origin or where you're residing. And that should be done around 2 months before you start the course. And that should give you a sufficient time in order to apply for the visa and come. Obviously, we know some students had some issues. Maybe they were able to enroll slightly later. In these cases, we've tried to help you and support you by changing the dates of your letter. So if you are one of those students that are not sure, then please write to us and we can clarify. But the main message is that you apply for your visa. And as soon as you receive it, you should inform us as well. We are actively trying to contact students to find out their situation, if they've received it or they're still waiting. So please write to us to keep us informed. The second aspect is once you've got your visa, you can start preparing for what's called the Tarjeta de Interés Extranjero, which is the student residence card. And basically, you need to make an appointment and gather documents for this procedure. I'll mention that in a moment. The final one is for EU citizens, which don't need a visa, but they must do what's called the Certificado de Registro if they're residing in Spain for a longer than 90 days, which is most of the new students here. And I'll explain that procedure in the next slides. So if you're looking to apply for your TA, the Tarjeta de Identidad Extranjero, the TIE, sometimes known as, this is the document that replaces your visa once you're here. So you'll probably have a visa that's valid for 3 months written on it. And really within the first 30 days of your arrival in Spain, you should try and obtain an appointment. It's not very easy because the system has limited amount of appointments available and there is a lot of demand. We're not the only business school in Barcelona or university, so there are many students trying to apply for the process. Here's a list of the documents that are required. Some of them are self-explanatory, things that you've applied for your visa, such as your enrollment letter. Number two, which is the city registration form, otherwise known as the Certificado de Empadronamiento. This is a certificate that confirms where you live in Barcelona. And if you remember, we sometimes ask you to get an accommodation for around 6 months minimum. Because in order to be a resident in the EU, you must be able to demonstrate that you're here for 6 months. And in order to receive the certificate that you reside here, you also have to provide evidence that you will stay for 6 months. So it's important that you have a contract where you're living, or you have a letter from the owner of the property to say that you're residing there for 6 months minimum. And with that, you must arrange an appointment with our town hall, the Ayuntamiento. Now, there's different town halls all over Barcelona. You normally have to visit the one that is nearest to where you live. So if you're living near the school, there's one in what's called the San Martí area. And this is the nearest Ayuntamiento, the town hall, where you can visit. Other than that, there's one in the city center as well, and they normally have services in English, so you can visit them. You have to normally call them to make an appointment, or there's an online system as well where you can make an appointment for the empadronamiento, or sometimes known in Catalan as padrón, okay, when you look for it. Next, you have to have your ID card. A housing contract is not required for the appointment, but as you have the certificado de empadronamiento, but sometimes the authorities like to check your contract with the documents you provide. You need your passport size photos, your passport with your visa, and then there's a few administrative things. You need to complete an EX17 form. All of this is in the links that I have below. The 790 application fee form, which is a form you complete and you take it to any bank in Barcelona and you can pay for the fee. It's around 16 euros for the procedure. And then the copy of your confirmation of the appointment as well, you must bring to the day of your appointment. Now, below is the link in campus. Now, if you haven't been on campus, Deanna will explain it to you in a bit. But there's an international student support section, immigration section, and on there we have a specific section about how to get your TA with all these instructions on there. Next, I'm going to mention about the required the required documents for the NIE process. So if you're an EU citizen, if you're residing for longer than 90 days, you have to do the Certificado de Registro, which basically is a registration here in Spain. So for any EU citizen that's living outside their country for 90 days, Spain's requirement is for them to complete this procedure. In order to do it, you'll get a NIE at the end of it, the Número Integral Extranjero as well, the NIE number. And in order to do it, you have to have these documents. It's quite similar to the TA, but you don't need to have the empadronamiento. Okay, you don't need to show that you're residing here. You need to complete the EX18 form and the 790 application as well. And the other documents you must provide. Again, more information is available in campus, so you can apply for it, follow the instructions to apply for it. Now, both procedures are to make an appointment online. Here is a screenshot of what the system looks like online, and there's links on our campus pages to make it. So what you can do, you can actually try and make an appointment whilst you're outside Spain, to make it online to make an appointment for when you're actually here. It can take a little while to get your certificado de empadronamiento. The town hall registration might take 4 days because you have to have a separate appointment for that. But within 1 week, you might have all your documents together in order to go to an appointment. So bear that in mind when you're making a date for your appointment. As you can see here, you just have to choose the province, which is Barcelona. You cannot take an appointment for the extranjería outside of the province where you're living. Okay, so you cannot go to Girona or Tarragona. It must be here in Barcelona. It can be in any office within the province of Barcelona. So it doesn't have to be in the city. It can be outside if they have that service. And as you can see, I've left it on this print screen with Selecciona Oficina Cualquiera, because it means you can select anyone. Then you have the procedure. So it says Selecciona the trámite. And here you can see Policía toma de huellas, which means to take your fingerprints. And the expedición de tarjeta, which means to take out the card. Okay. Again, on campus, this is all explained to you, so you don't have to remember it. But this is the what you have to select when you go onto the system. The same applies to the certificado de registro. You go on to the same page, but you select a different trámite, okay, which is the Policía Certificado de Registro, okay? Once you select that, you follow the system all the way through, and it will take you to a section which says to make the appointment with a clave or without a clave. Now, there's a section here about más información sobre clave. Now, clave means key. It's a code that can be linked to your mobile, for example, and your identity, so you can access different procedures online. Okay. If you have the clave, the key, this will give you more opportunities for appointments. Okay, so it's recommended that you do this procedure because they tend to be more available for this route. The other route is a presentation without the key, the clave, the online procedure, and you'll have less appointments available to view, but you still have some you can take. So it's up to you what you choose to do. And following that, below it says you have to write your NIE. Now, your NIE is the número entidad extranjero. It would be inside your visa. It normally starts with a Y or an X letter, and it's about several digits long. If you don't have that, they also give you information about how you can request your NIE number. If you're an EU citizen, you don't have an EA number, okay, with you because you don't have a visa. So in this case, you normally have to do your presentation without the clave because to have a clave, you need an EA number. Now, you might get this message come up, which means en este momento no hay citas disponible. It means there's no appointments available. This is very common because the system is slightly saturated with so many requests. The police upload appointments every week. Okay. Sometimes it can be on the afternoon or the morning, either on a Tuesday or a Thursday normally. So it's important that if you receive this message to keep trying to get an appointment. If you prefer not to keep trying, you can contract the services of different agencies that help provide them. One of them is called Neo Barcelona. Okay, they normally cost around €100. They have no affiliation with the school. This is just a service, as we are aware that the system is very difficult to get an appointment. And we understand that some students prefer to have the procedure complete when they arrive. So you can contact them as well if you prefer to have everything organized for when you arrive. Yes, the for the question about the session, it's recorded. So we normally share the recording with students afterwards. In any case, you can see that we have on the previous slide the international section on campus where it has all the information of the procedures. So following, we have the TA renewal. Now the TA renewal is for any students that already has a tarjeta de identidad extranjero and needs to renew it. So maybe they're joining in the second year of the program or they're joining a master's program. Now, this procedure normally has to be done online now. Previously, you could do it by post, but it's not been very successful by post. So we only really recommend that you do it with a digital certificate online. It's similar to the visa application. You have to create different documents, and it's quite complex. So sometimes we inform you of different agencies that can help you. Here is one that we recommend, and they have these various prices. Or you can contact me as well. I can give you some advice on how to do it on your own as well. Next is about accommodation. Now, hopefully you have this organized already. Mainly, if you don't, September becomes very busy. There's different aspects you need to consider, such as the type of accommodation you want, if it's a residence or if it's a shared apartment. Obviously, the prices vary a little bit in the area you're looking at. TBS is in the hashtag 22, the Innovation District, which is where Poblenou is, and San Marti, just on the edge there. So you can look around this area. There's plenty of residences that I'll mention in a minute. but there's also different apartments. But Barcelona is a big city. There's over 2 million people, I believe, in the center of Barcelona. So you can obviously find a lot of apartments available as well. Here are a range of residents we recommend. Mainly Aparto because of its connection and the discounts they give to students. So Aparto Payas and Cristobal de Mora. These are the ones that are located just within 5 minutes walking distance of the school. Clay is exactly the same distance, slightly smaller, and has less students, but it has very good facilities as well. Most of these buildings have a cluster kind of approach, so you're in a shared living room and kitchen area, but you'd have your own private bathroom and you have your own private room. You might be sharing with up to 5 or 8 students on a different floor, for example. Live student is a very similar setup. It tends to have a very high quality in the kitchen and the areas where the students stay. And the Blau student is slightly higher than that. It's mainly targeted at master students. Um, and it's only been available for about 1 year, so it's very new. Although all the residences you see here don't have any longer than 3 years, so they're all very new in what they do, and they're all very close to TBS. As I said, the discount is available. You have to take the link that is mentioned here in order to apply a discount at Aparto. You can find a discount on our international student support pages as well. So if you can't take it from here, go onto campus, open up the link, and you'll go straight into the section. Here's some instructions, but basically you have to create an account. If you already have an account, you can go straight in. And at the end of the process, if you don't have one, you can make an account as well. You have to select the room, the duration. I recommend you check your academic calendar before you make your booking. It's sometimes easier to amend a booking by adding a duration than reducing it. Okay. So if you are coming to stay for the typical 6 to 7 months, then or 8 months, then take that booking. If you are absolutely sure you're going to do an internship in Barcelona, then maybe take the 10-month booking. But don't take any longer, as it would be more difficult to reduce it unless you know you're here. As I said before, shared apartments are very popular amongst our students. Logo, SH, Badi, Loco Barcelona. These are really well-known agencies, and there's some of the prices they have. They have apartments all over the city. And the main thing to consider when you're looking at apartments is to speak with the company, try and arrange a viewing if possible. If you're coming to Barcelona, if you could see it beforehand. A lot of them have very good images and videos as well to share you. And the good thing about using an agent is there's always somebody who we can contact and intervene as well if you were to have some kind of problem. In terms of integration activities, there are more planned for your first days in Barcelona. Typically, you have a welcome presentation. We have a presentation about the services for your integration at the school. Intercultural workshops will take place as well, and some integration kind of activities and games that we do. These are some of the highlights. So on the 17th and the 8th of October, we have a buddy meetup. So some of the current students offer to become buddies to help you with your integration. And we have a special meetup gathering so you can meet them and integrate with them as well. On the 4th of October, we have our welcome tour. So you can see in the photos, the ones that are taken from the boat and the city. This is a city tour that we do around the Gothic quarter of Barcelona. And we also take a catamaran journey so you can see Barcelona from a distance as well. It's a good opportunity to meet students. Ice cream's included, so that's always a plus. And it's normally, if it's not raining, it's great in October. Then we have the weekend of integration activities. Now, these are really special activities for the Bachelor in Management and the Masters in Management. It's a trip of 2 days and it takes place in a secret location, so I can't tell you, but it's normally in southeastern France and quite close to the border of France and Spain. and it involves students from the Toulouse campus, from the Paris campus, and Barcelona campus. And together they stay and they do different integration activities in that region. The dates are from, well, for the Masters in Management from the 19th and for the Bachelor in Management from the 26th. Now, these activities obviously have a cost. They're normally around the 300 or so euros, and that includes the accommodation and the travel to these destinations. So, we will mention it soon. You'll receive a newsletter, hopefully next week. And in this newsletter, I have the links and information for your registration if you were to attend any of them. Just an overview of what's happening. So in August, you have to complete your student registration. You received an email about that, and Deanna will mention it as well, different aspects you have to complete. She'll also mention about the Welcome to TBS in Barcelona course, which is about your integration here in Barcelona. So that's something you can do in your preparation before you start. Then, before you arrive to Barcelona, hopefully the beginning of September, you'll learn a bit more about your schedule during the first days. And then obviously you start your courses here at Barcelona. Now, before I pass the word to Diana, I want to know if there's any additional questions. I can't see any in the chat. But please feel free to write them as she's presenting, and I'll answer as well.
Okay, thank you, Ryan, for the in-depth explanation. Um, Do you want to answer the accommodation question before we continue?
I'll write to the person. Yes.
Okay. Welcome everybody. My name is Diana. I'm from the back office of the bachelor program. I will give you a view regarding the academic aspects just for your pre-arrival. I understand some of you are from the master program. You are free to leave your questions regarding the aspect that I'm gonna be explaining, and they are general aspects that can apply to all programs. So let's go ahead with the presentation. Okay, so the things that we are going to talk about are, first of all, the campus website. We are going to talk about the front office. We have the TPS board. Furthermore, uh, head and your calendar view regarding classes, and at the end, the student handbook. So first of all, we are going to talk about the campus website. When we are talking about campus, it's not just related to the physical campus at Barcelona. The campus website is the where to go to find everything you need as a student in Barcelona. Okay, it has answers regarding different aspects of your experience as a student. So first of all, you find your classes content and your digital environment, and your if you click on, well, this the classes content. If you click on this side of the campus, you will go directly to the Moodle, okay, which is the space where you can find all your courses, everything that you are going to study in Barcelona. And in addition, you can access different tools and places that can help your experience in the during your study. For example, you can access the Teams, which can connect you directly to your professors and to your fellow students. You can go to the library. You can, if you click on all courses, you will go to all the courses you are going to do in Barcelona. And I'm gonna especially mention one of them. If you click further ahead, Ryan, it's the Welcome to TBS in Barcelona. This is a model within Moodle, okay? It's self-registration. When you go to Moodle to all courses, you can just type in Welcome to TBS in Barcelona in the search bar, and it will pop up. So you don't have like to have a path in order to reach it. Here you have, as you see, different aspects that it's created as different contents that you can explore, read, And at the end, you have a small test to answer in order for you to complete this module. The main or the main objective of this model is to get you more comfortable before starting your studies. Okay, so you can get have you can have the student handbooks, learn what is the student handbook. I will mention it further ahead. You can get to know what are the academic integrity pillars here in TBS. You can learn tips as a student in order to get a better academic life. You can talk up we you can get to know about the academic and career service uh, uh, information that can help you. You can learn more about the library. Okay, so and also first of all, you see that there are something called student lists. Here we are going to publish the lists of the names of the students in Barcelona with their email address, official TBS address, not the personal one. Therefore, entering to this space, you can get to know other students who are studying the same course that you are doing. So you can start contacting them in order to get to know them, to know if people are staying in Barcelona, if they have already find accommodation, if you are looking for someone to team up with in order to find an apartment for different aspects. So here where you can find them, we will provide more information on this in the newsletter that uh, you will be receiving next week. So let's go back, Ryan, just one more click. We will Okay, so here, and also the second aspect that you can find on campus is the student registration. If you see the administrative space, can you click on the spinning wheels there, Ryan? Yeah, it's difficult to find. Oh no. Well, the no, you just have to go back. It's the same, no worries. The administrative, no, go back. We can stay here, no worries. The administrative space, yeah, it's a little bit tricky. The administrative space is where you can find your certificates. Every one of you guys, uh, every one of you guys have received their enrollment letter that they are going to use either for renting an apartment or for visa appointments. Here, where you will find your enrollment letter, your enrollment certificate, and all the documents that we will be publishing for you, you will find them in this area. Okay? And also, every time that you ask us for something, we will tell you you can find it available on campus. This is where you have to go to find them. And also, in the future, you will have inscriptions, you will find some activities to sign up to. If you are not in the first year, you're in the second or the third, you might be asked to do some registration, to choose some courses. So all this will be available on your administrative space. So it's a place that it is important to get used to and familiar with, so it can be easier for you to use during your studies here. Okay, let's go back. Let's continue on our journey in campus. More information to find on campus. If you click on the menu in the right corner, you'll have a drop down, and on top of it, you will see a TBS Barcelona campus. Everything, one more click, Ryan, please. If you find everything you find inside this is services that are offered to students exclusively in the Barcelona campus. One of them, it's called, we will talk more about them once you are here because it's easier to understand each service once you are here and you are using the space and knowing it. For example, book a room. What do I book my room in Barcelona here? No, this is something exclusively to use within the campus, and we will give you more detail about it when you are here. Um, here something really important to learn is the request support, and we will get into this in a little bit. But one other more important aspect that to know on this website is one more click, Ryan, and it's go to if you, the international support information. Okay, here you can find, if you click here, you will find all the information that Ryan talked about related to your visa appointment, the papers, the tier request, the registration form, and also information about your accommodation here in Barcelona. All this information are resumed and with all the links that you need. You can find them here in international support. So, if you have any questions regarding campus, don't hesitate to make a group chat. Actually, related to the group chat, because due to privacy reasons, making a group chat, okay, Ryan already answered, but the main reason is because we cannot share telephone numbers by now, but you can use the information that we are going to publish in the Welcome to TBS model in order to contact other students, okay? Let's continue. So the second aspect that we are going to talk about is the TBS board. This is something that I want everybody to explore and to be able to use, because this is how you contact the different departments in the TBS Barcelona, okay? Whenever you need a certain certificate, you need your transcripts, you need some official paper that you want to present to administration, or for your own academic experience, you have to ask it through this system, okay? And accessing it is really easy. It's either through campus, or you can just Google TBS board and it will pop up. It's the first result in Google. So this, for you now that you haven't arrived yet in Barcelona, might be, you might not find a use for it, but once you are here, everything you need to do, you can do it here, because it guarantees that your request will be answered within a maximum period of 4 working days. If you click on the more Ryan, it says the student support, and as you can see here, you can see the different departments. You can choose to which department you want to talk, and especially the administrative and the academic department. And you can click one more click also, you can see the different type of certification and documentation that you can ask from us, okay? So this guarantees that your request will be answered in a restricted limited time period, and that your documentation will be and you can follow up on that request, okay? So let's go ahead. Okay, a different way to ask for support here once you are at TBS Education in Barcelona, we have a student front office. For different logistical things and support, you can always go to reception, my reception. But if you have any questions related to your the academic procedure, or the career guidance and service, or your community service if you are in B1, anything related to your academic life, you can just go to our front office, where our colleague Marie will be attending. All the students are coming within the opening hours, okay? So it opens, as you can see, in a huge window of hours, okay, in morning and the afternoon. And this allows you to just come knock on the door there and talk to her directly, and she will guide you through any process or any question or any doubt that you have. Let's continue. Okay, and this now the classes. Let's talk a little bit about the classes. What you can see here is a view of how you will see your calendar. The calendar that we use in TVS they are Microsoft accounts, so it's Outlook, okay? So you need to have the Outlook application or web page, and then you have to accept the link between your calendar. I'd like to know to start the process. That's really interesting. Okay, you can go, you can view these classes. Okay, once you have your calendar linked directly to your email, you will be able to see your classes. Though, when will be, and this is the view that you are seeing here, is how you can see the classes, the name of the class, when is it, and which classroom you need to go. In Spanish, for example, you will see aula or sala, that means classroom. It's where you go to, you'll see the name of your professor, and in the end, you will see a link. Also, one more click, Ryan, please. Okay, so let's talk about some aspects regarding the classes. The classes in Barcelona are face to face, unless there are one single type of master classes that are hybrid. But other than that, all classes are in person, face to face, and attendance is mandatory because it might not affect your grade directly, but your overall attendance rate will affect your ranking in the first year, for example, regarding bachelor, and it will affect the choices that you can make regarding your other years. So it is really important to maintain a high uh, percentage of attendance in all programs, because it will give you the liberty to choose and the liberty and to make sure that it will not affect your academic results. Okay, the length the link that you have on your calendars are not there for you to use just to connect to class, because this is a Zoom link that can link you to the class in case the class is provided with cameras. Not all classes do. This is specifically, no, go back a little bit, Ryan. This is a link specifically for students, for example, who are arriving late due to some visa problems, because we know a lot of you might still be waiting on visa. So there is this opportunity to start attending classes online until your visa arrives. Okay, or in case the teacher has someone invited to talk in the class from overseas, or the teacher decides it's an activity that to be done online. So unless you are authorized, you cannot use that links. And really important to know for B1 students is that at the end of each semester in the first year, you have something that called language intensive week, which is a week after the end of your classes before your exams, which is dedicated to language courses. This week is in person and has 30% of the uh, total grade of language classes. It is really important to go to those classes. So you don't say, I decided to buy an early ticket home. This information is provided in the academic calendars, okay? Is provided in the academic calendar, so be careful to look at it. We'll talk about the academic calendar in a little bit. So, and just to tell you that your detailed schedules will be available in September, okay? Regarding B1, it will be available after your welcome day, okay? Because in order for us to make the groups that decide in which group you will go, we here in Barcelona, we really respect that the groups must be as diverse as possible. So we put a lot of focus on making diverse group that mix the nationalities and the genders. So you don't have a group of only a certain nationality. So you can get the full international experience and get to know other people that come from different backgrounds, and it will make sure that this is enriching environment for you. So this will be decided through a pedagogical dynamic that we are going to hold during your integration week. And after that, the groups will be decided and programs will be assigned. And other than that, the other programs will start having access to their specific agendas in September before the start of their classes. Okay. Next, we want to talk about the student handbook. The student handbook has answers to everything. It is provided in different formats for different programs. In the bachelor program, it is a Moodle space that you have to enroll yourself in and choose your year. And then you will learn about academic regulations, how to calculate your credits, the exam regulations, end of year passing conditions, expatriation, the second and the third year, everything you need to know in order to get the best results in the bachelor. On the master side, you will have it as documents that are uploaded to your administrative space in campus. Okay, all this information will be provided to you once you start your studies here. So make sure you look for your student handbook related to your program. Okay, because it has all the answers that you need. A lot of students, not some students arrive to the end of the first semester and they enter a panic. How can I know how much credits do I have? When can I repeat an exam? When will I do this model? Does this model have an exam? Or does it have a continuous assessment? All this information is in your student handbook and it will help you have a smoother journey when you studies. Okay, let's go to next page. And these are the academic calendars. If you scan this QR code, it will take you to the web page that you can see here, the screen capture of the web page, which has the academic calendars. You will look at your specific program, click on it, and you will have the calendar. This calendar is not your specific personal calendar. It is the general academic calendar. This calendar will help you, as Ryan said, to know when is the start and the end of the classes. So you will know when to book your plane tickets, for how long you need the accommodation. It also marks the date of the start of your internship. So if you are from France or you are from the US, and you want to go back home to do your internship, so you don't have to book your residence for the whole period of the whole semester, and you can just book it until the end of your exams. When the calendar says TBS is closed, it's because due to public holidays here in Spain or in Barcelona specifically. Some holidays might not be shared with the rest of Spain or with the rest of Europe. So, for example, once you arrive here, the B1 students, you will find a long weekend ahead of you on the 11th, which is because it's a National Catalan Day, so it's festive in Catalonia, where Barcelona is, the province of Barcelona. So you have this long weekend. Other programs will be starting after that on the 15th or the 19th. Okay, so it's after the holidays, but you can take advantage of those weekends, long weekends or vacations, to maybe explore the city, explore, make small travels, trips, or just stay here and study and prepare for your projects. Okay, and one of the most important aspects that I want to talk about also is that you have been asked to complete your administrative registration. This is really, really, really important. Okay. A lot of students have already completed it. The administrative registration will give us a lot of information about you guys. It will allow us to prepare your student cards. For example, this is the key to your life here. Your student card will give you access to everything, will help you register your attendance in classes. So this is really important. You have to upload your photo, okay? Please, a lot of students are uploading the photo in a selfie mode with their mobile phone showing up. They will upload it along with their best friend or at the beach. Take this seriously, upload a serious photo. You are business school students from now on, so you need a professional photo, a personal photo showing your face, because it's a zoom in photo, and should be with a neutral background. And you will be asked to upload your certificates, for example, your high school certificate, your transcripts that you have already applied during the admission process. You will be asked to upload them to the academic server. Those documents will be validated. It's a manual process because we evaluate each document that we receive. Okay, so be patient. It's not an instant thing, that it's not will be uploaded and validated at the same moment. And you will get to choose your languages that you want to study. This is really important. And to let us know if you have any special needs that we need to know about. For example, a learning difficulty, dyslexia, or some type of limitation that we need to respect while you study here, because Barcelona also, TBS tries to offer the maximum help to all the students, respecting all their differences. So, um, this is the regarding the academic aspects of everything. If you have any specific question regarding this, don't hesitate to leave it here. I don't know, Ryan, do we have any unanswered questions? I was looking that the chat section was really active. I didn't get to look at the questions.
Most questions have been answered, but we just have some final ones about campus. And I just clarify that once you're on campus, the section for Barcelona is the section at the top. It will appear as Barcelona, and you can then see different sections about the TBS board. I think it's under student inquiries. So you can see it on there. For the international support, that's in your menu section. And then once you choose international support, you'll see the section for Barcelona on there.
Yeah, but in any way, the campus web page is shared. Like uh, on the Barcelona section, it will lead you to services offered at Barcelona. But if you are going to look at Moodle, if you're going to look at your administrative space, you don't have to sign up to the Barcelona section. And once you are on the campus website, you just have to log in using your this is that Ryan shared right now. You have to log in using your TBS credentials, okay? Your TBS account, TBS email account, and your password. If you don't, if you can't find the email with your access credentials, please write to us, to the academic department, and we will provide you with a copy of your initial access details, and you need to change them as soon as you access your account. And then don't forget about them. If you forget about them, that's a problem. That's here, we can't help you. You have to ask IT to intervene and everything else. But you cannot access it with your personal email account. And I need to ask you guys, every one of you, to start using your TBS email account. You have to start writing us to from the your TBS account, because any information that we are going to answer you with, any document that you want us to send, we will send it to your TBS official account, not to your personal account, because we cannot guarantee the safety of the document contacting you with the personal account. Also, you have been receiving several emails regarding administrative registration, regarding choosing your languages, regarding some of the students who are have different characteristics to their academic experience have been receiving emails. So please check them regularly and answer them. Um, and this is what shared Ryan here. What Ryan shared here is. Can I ask you, Marian, which course are you studying?
It's the Luxury Fashion Marketing Masters in Science.
It's the MSc, right?
Yes.
MSc is going to start in October, so
Mm-hmm.
it's a little bit early for you to start this process. The MSCs are the only program that starts in the middle of October. So at the beginning of September, you will be start receiving those. Other than that, the Master in Management students and the Bachelor students uh, will uh, will start in the they are receiving those emails. The person who answered me is Mariam, and Marian Theory, yes, B1. He should be receiving those emails because we have sent them to everybody. Can I know his name? Okay, I will check the situation of Sasha, but in any way, all B1 students have been asked to complete the administrative registration, but in any way, I will take his name just to review that we are sending him the information, okay? In any way, he should check his official TBS account. Maybe because the email that you need to you can start your administrative registration should have been sent, otherwise you wouldn't have access to the administrative registration. Okay. Okay, do you have any more questions? The emails will only be sent if we need more information from you to be done, or we need you to do something. If you're doing everything correctly and you have completed everything, you will not be receiving an email saying you need to do it. But anyway, for example, next week you will receive the newsletter, which is something that you can count on. The lists for the bachelor program are not published yet. They will be published tomorrow or Monday at the latest. Um, you just when if you enter to the welcome to TBS, you just have to follow the instruction within the module. Okay, here Ryan is sharing. This is Moodle. We go to Moodle. Here you in the search bar you put welcome to TBS. And this is the module. You click in, and here you have to sign up yourself. You will have, as if when you first enter, it might ask you for something to identify yourself, which year. But in any case, you just click on each one of these boxes and it will lead you to a content that can help your experience with in Barcelona. Okay, the student list in the first one. I think the master lists are already there. The bachelor will be there in really soon. Do we have any more questions? I don't know if you want to add something, Ryan.
No, I think that concludes the questions we have and the presentation. As I said, this concludes the final presentation before you have your services and program presentations on your welcome day when you first start at TBS. TBS will be closed as of from really next week for a couple of weeks. However, we have a limited service that we're providing throughout that time. So you'll receive a message from us if you have an urgent query, who to contact, etc. But in August, there'll be less people operating. So please bear that in mind. If you have any special requests during that period, we will try to respond to you as soon as possible. And you'll receive the newsletter from us in the next couple of days, which will have more information about your start date, about these different platforms that we've talked about today, so you can start exploring them. And really, in September, we look forward to seeing you. We hope you have an excellent summer holiday with your plans. And we look forward to welcoming you very soon on campus. So thank you very much for your time and your questions. Thank you to Diana as well for her explanations and to Isabelina as well. And we look forward to you very soon, and don't hesitate to reach us following this presentation about any information. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ryan.
Right.
Thank you, everybody.